I made a video a couple months ago showing all the new features coming to 1.20, and since then many new things have been added, so today I'm going to be showing you 20 new features that will be coming to Minecraft 1.20. You probably already know that suspicious sand is being added to the game, but there's actually another sus block being added as well. Minecraft 1.20 will be adding suspicious gravel, which makes sense because sand and gravel are the two original gravity blocks. We don't claim this, but the dragon egg is valid though. The suspicious sand can be found in ocean ruins and trail ruins. And speaking of trail ruins, what is that? Well, let's see, because I actually don't know. I haven't looked at it yet. Trail ruins are typically found near some kind of water source, and they spawn in jungles, birch forests, and taigas. No, not tigers, taigas. The wiki says they generate mostly underground with only the tip above ground, which sounds pretty normal until you see the structure without anything around it. You can find suspicious gravel inside of these structures, and after brushing it you can receive either common or rare loot. This is all the common loot, and this is the rare loot. Do you think this new structure is a W or an L? Personally, I don't think it's that good, but that's okay because there are a lot better features later in this video. Pottery shards have gotten an update. Well, they're actually called shards now. I spent 5 minutes looking for them thinking they got removed, but no, they just changed the name. And as well as changing the name, they also added a lot more of them. They basically work the same as before. You just take any 4 of them and craft a pot with them. All of these shards can be found in suspicious blocks in one of these structures. Desert Temple, Trail Ruins, Ocean Ruins, and Desert Wells. That's probably because these are the only places you can find suspicious blocks. Another thing that has been changed is a feature that was added in 1.19. The skulk sensor. Now I'm kinda stupid so I don't understand redstone, so I'm sorry if any of this is wrong. You can now use amethyst blocks to transmit the skulk signal to other skulk sensors. For example, if I place a skulk sensor in an amethyst block like this, and then I put another one 7 blocks away, the signal from the first one will make it to the other one, and it will keep going on for as long as you add them. That's not the only change though. A calibrated skulk sensor is being added as well. You can craft one of these like this, and basically what it does is filters which vibration frequency it detects through a redstone signal input. Yeah, I have no idea what that means. But this block is probably pretty important because Mumbo Jumbo made a video on it. It also looks kinda sus. A new music disc is being added in 1.20. There has always been a new music disc with every update, and this one can be found by brushing suspicious blocks inside of a trail ruin. I honestly haven't listened to the disc yet, but I'm playing it in the background of this part, so hopefully it sounds fire. Another new thing being added is actually a change to something that has been in the game for almost 10 years. The Desert Temple. Previously, there was only one hidden room in a desert temple that probably claimed your life the first time you ran into it. But now, if you enter a desert temple and go to the back, you will find some sand on the floor instead of sandstone. And if you dig out all the sand, you will find a room that looks like this. The purpose of this room was probably just to have a place for the suspicious sand to spawn, but it's still cool seeing something so old receive an update. Speaking of old things being changed, Mojang has made a few changes to potions. For some reason, they decided to change the color of a few of the potions, as you can see while scrolling this menu. I'm not really sure why they would do this, as it just makes things kinda confusing. Like, why is night vision green? Who did this? Another interesting change to the appearance of items is the new enchant glint speed and strength slider. If for some reason you don't like enchant glint, now you don't have to look at it because you can just turn it to 0. You can also turn the glint speed down to 0, but I don't know who would do this. It looks kinda strange. Minecraft 1.20 is adding the sniffer, which is cool, but we've already been over this. A couple changes have been made to it since the last time I talked about it though, and those include sniffers now get lured by torch flowers, so now you're able to have an army of sniffers. Sniffers can now dig in mud for seeds. Didn't really know that they couldn't. The sniffer egg has been added to the game, and this is what it looks like. I'm pretty sure it hatches a sniffer, although I'm too lazy to wait for that to happen, so I'm just gonna do this instead. And finally, sniffers can now dig up another type of plant. Pitcher pods. Pitcher pods can be planted on hoed dirt, not regular dirt. This guy's kinda picky. And they grow in 4 stages. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Once it grows up, you now have a pitcher plant, and as far as I know, it does nothing. It's just decorative. Oh wait, you can actually turn it into 2 cyan dye, but that's it. I'm gonna be honest, this one definitely looks better than the torch flower. But if I had to pick, I'd go with something like a poppy because these things look kinda crazy. There are even more armor trims being added to 1.20. The razor, sharp, host, and Wayfinder armor trims can all be found inside of the new Trail Ruin structure, but none of these things compare to the new armor trim found in the Deep Dark. Upon opening one of the chests in an ancient city, there is a 1% chance of getting the new Silence armor trim. Now you might be thinking that it's not worth going through the effort to get an armor trim that only has a 1% chance of spawning in the most dangerous structure in Minecraft, but upon looking at the armor trim applied onto a full set of armor, this one is definitely worth it. Just look at this design, you can't even tell I'm wearing iron armor. Here's a screenshot of every combination you can make with this armor trim, even the diamond on diamond looks amazing. Another amazing feature is the new display entities. With a single command, you are able to place a floating block wherever you want in your world, and what's even cooler about this is you're able to change the size and the rotation, meaning you can do some pretty insane things with this. You are also able to spawn some giant floating items in your world, and if you really want to be creative, you can place floating text in the sky as well. You probably thought it would say subscribe, didn't you? Another cool thing you can do with text is editing signs. Previously, if you made a spelling mistake on a sign, you would have to break it and start over again. But now you can spell as many things wrong as you want because you can just right-click a sign and change the text without even having to break it. And that isn't the only cool change with signs though, and this one might be even cooler. Obviously, I just showed that you can right-click a sign and edit it, but if you right-click the other side of a sign, you are now able to write text on the back as well. So not only can you edit signs, but you can also write on both sides as well. Now all we're missing is the ability to draw things. If you're one of those people who likes to set everything on fire, then you are going to be very disappointed with this next update, or happy depending on where you are. That is because fire spread is being changed completely. Depending on what biome you are in, fire now spreads a lot faster or a lot slower. Generally, from what I can see, warmer biomes have faster fire spread, while colder biomes have slower fire spread. Unfortunately, this snow village gets to live another day. Luckily, there is still a way to burn down this village though, and that's with the new fill biome command. Similar to the command in World Edit, only a little bit more complicated because I don't have a wand to select the area. You are able to change naturally spawning biomes to any biome you want, including ones that don't normally spawn in the overworld. I really thought this would do something, I'm kinda disappointed. Another new command that is being added is the /damage command. Previously, if you wanted to damage yourself, you would have to find a way by being creative, but now you can just type a single command and boom, half your health bar is gone. You can also use this command on other players and entities, and this would probably be really funny to use against your friend who doesn't know how to play the game. The next new command is the /ride command, which I've already shown, but I just wanted to show that it is now fixed. I can actually ride the sniffer instead of sitting inside the green stuff. The final new command is /clone, and I honestly don't really know how to use this one, but apparently it kinda works like copy and paste in World Edit, so yeah. Another new block coming to 1.20 is chiseled bookshelves. You probably didn't think of this, but chiseled bookshelves are actually used to store books. But the cool thing is, you can actually put enchanted books and written books inside of it as well. Basically, there are 6 book slots, and each one can have a different book. This is pretty cool compared to normal bookshelves, which are basically only used for higher enchantments. The chiseled bookshelf is crafted like this and can be used as fuel in furnaces to smelt 1.5 items. I don't know why you needed to know that, but the wiki felt like it needed to tell me, so I'm telling you. You can also use hoppers and droppers to fill and also remove books from these bookshelves, so you could actually create a pretty cool library using this.